The Trumps are good copy, and the gossip columnists are in for a field day.
In 1991, when Donald Trump's personal life was headline news,
high-octane mix of the stuff that sells newspapers.
he did a phone interview with People magazine under the name John Miller.
What's your name again? John Miller.
It's an artifact of the time in that he never disguised his voice. It's clearly Donald Trump when you listen to the recordings.
Have you met him? He's a good guy, and he's, going to always treat her well as he treated his wife well.
This was his way of pulling himself out of himself and touting himself to reporters in a way that even Donald Trump, with all his unbridled ego, couldn't bring himself to do.
He's somebody that has a lot of options, and frankly, he gets called by everybody. He gets called by everybody in the book in terms of women. And, well, he gets called by a lot of people.
When we confronted Donald Trump with this, he didn't exactly deny it. He now is at a point where he is sort of sheepishly saying, well, some people say that.
It wasn't the first time Trump had used a pseudonym. It happened in 1980. Donald Trump was looking to make his mark in Manhattan real estate.
And Donald came upon this site which had the Bonwood Teller building on it. It was kind of a landmark building. It was next door to Tiffany's. He loved it.
It was to be called Trump Tower, 58 stories of high-end retail and high-priced condominiums. But before he could begin construction, Trump had vowed to preserve two valuable sculptures.
And these were absolutely beautiful Art Deco sculptures that had been promised to the Metropolitan Museum.
It was delaying Trump's construction, so he brings in a gang of workers to just break the stuff up, and boom, dust, gone forever.
The press was all over him.
Trump suffers a major hit in his reputation in New York because people see this as an act of vandalism.
And everyone came down on his head. He was in a lot of trouble in the city. He was in the headlines every day.
Donald Trump went underground.
Repeated efforts over the last 3 days to reach Mr. Trump have been unavailing.
But the press would hear from John Barron.
John Barron, a vice president of the Trump Organization, said 3 independent appraisals of the sculptures had found them to be without artistic merit.
There was a Trump spokesman, John Barron, who called the press and explained why these things couldn't be preserved.
John Barron said the merit of these stones was not great enough to justify the effort to save them.
And it was his first employment of this fake persona.
Trump had learned the tactic from his father, Fred Trump, who sometimes used the name Mr. Green.
He was Mr. Green. Fred was, when he called up and asked questions. He said, "This is Mr. Green." And Donald was later John Barron.
I don't think Donald was necessarily evasive with the press when he used his alter ego, John Barron. I think it gave him the opportunity to say things that he couldn't say as Donald Trump.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you ever have in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right,
by
John.
this.
We'll go to Chester, who's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Democratic caller.
Hello?
Chester in Baton Rouge, your reaction to the Supreme Court.
Yes. I'm ecstatic that the Supreme Court finally got